Hello, lovely. This is Yasmin from Tiny Time Big Results, where I help coaches, consultants, and experts to grow and scale their 20-hour-week business. Today, I want to talk to you about something that has come up time and time again, especially recently. And so I thought that this would be useful for you and I to have this conversation too. So I've been working with clients, and one of the things that keeps popping up is this propensity to undersell yourself. So what I mean by that is that when I'm talking to a client and I'm saying, like, so what is it that you help people to do in your business? Like, typically my clients would be helping people to create transformations, whether that's in their health, their relationships, their money, their career. And so I'm really interested in nailing down what that transformation looks like. So I'm like, okay, tell me all about it. And then they tell me, what it is and how they come to that point of being able to help people to create that transformation. But here's the thing. If you have been doing this kind of work in some shape or form, right? And most of the people that I work with they've been doing this kind of work, some guys for about 10, 15 years. And so they've been doing this work and you've been doing this work. And yet when it comes to actually the business and when you think about marketing and selling your services and your packages and your programs, it's almost like that doesn't exist. You don't really like to talk about it. I talk about being in corporate before I started my business. And, I have literally spent probably the best part of 2 decades in training, coaching, mentoring, leadership development. And so, yes, it's relevant to bring that into what I do now. But for an awful lot of people, what you have done is massively relevant to what you're doing now, yet you're not talking about it. And so why is that? So maybe that is the first reason, that you think it's irrelevant and you think, who cares? Who wants to know that? Well, actually, it's massively relevant, and I'll explain why. Maybe you think that nobody's interested. Well, I bet you they are. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But I want just to get you thinking about, why is it that you're not telling people about what you have done and your experience? And maybe you want to move away from the work that you have done and that you're taking a different approach in your business, or maybe you're doing something very different. And that's a very valid reason. But I'm also going to share with you as to why that's not a good enough reason to dismiss all of that experience. Because when you think it's irrelevant, when you think that people aren't interested, or you're just trying to move away from that kind of work, what you're doing is you're missing this huge piece that's actually going to lead to massive success for you in your business. Okay, you ready for it? Here it is, right? All the experiences, everything that you have ever done, right? Even if you were, working on the tills in the checkout in the supermarket at the age of 16, I did that. Everything that you've done. I remember I volunteered in a charity shop for a year when I was like 15 or 16. And I absolutely loved it. Every little experience that you have ever done has shaped you into the person that you are right now. And it has shaped your perspective, it's shaped your views. All of that matters. All of that counts. And when you forget about it or dismiss it, and if you worked for 20 years in a field and you're thinking, I don't want anything to do with that field, the problem is you dismissing that means that what you're missing out on is building on your authority, building your credibility. Say, for example, you worked in construction for 20 odd years, or you were in the army, or, you did something that was, I don't know, we'll just use those 2 examples. And then you're moving into something different. All of that is really valuable, because think about it from the perspective of transferable skills. You think, okay, I was in the army and I was doing X, Y, and Z, or I was in construction, or I was in finance, or I was in teaching. All of that means that you are now the person that you are today. So if you don't talk about it, then people don't get that sense. They don't get the depth of what you do. And so when you don't talk about it, you undersell yourself. You are not building your credibility. You're not layering your authority. And these are all the elements that will really help you to market more effectively and more authentically. Okay. So I want you to bring all of you to the business. And this is really, really important. I even have a guide on my website that says, be more you and you will attract amazing clients. But stop underselling yourself by dismissing all the previous experience that has brought you to this point. It all counts, it all matters, and it's time for you to stop underselling yourself. And it's time for you to create those valuable packages, those valuable programs. And I'm not talking about valuable just in terms of money, but the valuableness for your clients. You can help them create amazing transformations. Okay. So it's your job to create something that's going to help them to create that transformation and for you to get well rewarded for it as well. I want you to bring all of you to the business. Stop underselling yourself. If you like this podcast, then make sure you tell your friends about it. Subscribe to the podcast and let everybody know. And if you want to know how you can turn what you have into massive amount of value that you can then market and sell with heart and with love and create a really great income for yourself, get in touch and let's have a conversation about how you can do that. And you can do that in like the next 60 days. Wouldn't that be awesome? And if you're struggling in business right now and you're not getting the right clients and you're thinking, God, I really hate marketing and I really hate sales, I'm not very good at this, that's okay. I got to tell you, most people, when they start their own businesses, they think they know what they're going to be doing and they're like, I'm really good at what I do, but it's about marketing and selling it that makes it easy for you then to have that thriving business. I can help you with that. So get in touch, book a call, let's have that conversation. All right, my love, take care. Have a great day.